So what's going on, guys? It's Captain America. Hope you guys are well, and thank you for coming onto the channel. So as always, starting off with the match stats. So for this game we had 57% possession overall. We had 10 shots overall compared to them, who only had like 2. We completely dominated the game. It was really good to see, especially as we had a full team, apart from the goalkeeper, which was an AI. But overall, you know, we've got a centre-back partnership that I'm trialing out at the moment. You know, in this game I had 7.0 match rating with 6 possessions won and 0 lost. And I was playing in like my preferred, let's say, centre-back position is on the right side because I'm right-footed, but because of this new guy that we're trialing out as centre-back, I just wanted to see how I am on the left and him favouring his right side. So I was dominating on the left side of centre-back. It's always a bit awkward because I don't change the foot settings, so I'll keep it as the right, so it's more like a Van Dijk type of play style on that left side of centre-back. So no, great play. You know, we did win this game. It was a great game overall. You know, the goal that we conceded, was the fault of the my partner in centre back. You know, his position. I don't know why he was so high up and so wide. So I had to unfortunately go across because I thought he was doing it that way. I didn't realise that he wasn't in his position. So, you know, I didn't look at the map that moment. But again, it's not really my fault. It's this guy's fault, man. I don't know why the hell he was out of position. But again, you know, we are rolling and steamrolling our way into Division 1 trophy again. You know, we've won it many times already. So, you know, we've got now a really good 11 team, I feel, where, you know, with the Pro League just coming around the corner now as well for Germany. So, you know, I do feel that we're now ready to apply because we've got great, let's say, centre forwards. We've got really good midfielders. We've got really good wing backs as well. So even the goalkeeper is a bit rusty side of things. I think we can strengthen that up. But we do have some good goalkeepers too. Again, it's not their first choice position. They are more outfielders, but they still do a fantastic job in goal. So now overall, we've got a fantastic team. And yeah, looking forward to whenever we go into Pro League and starting that up. You know, we do have a great 11-a-side team now with a great substitution bench as well. So no, more to come for that, guys, okay? But yeah, no, yeah, I've been doing daily videos. I've taken some breaks. This one was the last break I've taken. I think I uploaded, like 7-8 videos in a row since the last time I uploaded. So, you know, the weekend was quite busy. It was the missus's birthday, so of course I could not upload because I was just busy. We went to Bicester Village on Saturday, which is really nice. I don't know if anyone's been there. It's like an outlet area near Oxford. And it's beautiful, man. Like, they've got loads of stuff. And I never go to these type of high brand places to buy stuff. And I just think, like, you know, clothes are clothes. If they, like, you know, if they keep you warm and just dry, then that's perfectly fine. But there's one brand that I really do enjoy, like, in the upper brand side of things, which is Calvin Klein. So they've got that outlet down there. And I bought some really cool, like, 2 items. One was a jumper and one was, like, a nice jacket as well. So, no, really good quality. Of course, it's going to last for a while. So, no, really liked it. So, yeah, that was in the morning. And then we went over to have a barbecue, let's say, in the evening. And the barbecue was, again, a birthday celebration. It wasn't really a birthday celebration. She just wanted to do a barbecue because the weather was so banging in the UK. And again, we got, like, Friday coming up. And it says around 32 degrees. So we're getting some good weather, guys. Like, I'm really excited, man. We need to go to the beach as well. So loads of barbecues to happen. So, yeah. So we were having a barbecue. And, of course, like, I've got massive allergies, man. Like hay fever, airborne, like, pollen allergies. So... And what they were forecasting was that the Saturday that we were having the barbecue was going to be one of the worst days for, like, hay fever. And don't get me wrong, it was one of the worst days for hay fever. I was suffering, man. It came to the point where my nose was so blocked that I was talking from my mouth. But I thought I sounded like Michael Jackson because then my ears were popping because I could not hear anything at all. Like, even now when I'm talking, I still got some allergies. Like, my nose is blocked. I don't know if anyone else is really bad, like hay fever. If you had really bad hay fever for those in the UK this weekend, just let me know. Even like on the nose side of things, man, it just gets itchy. But yeah, had hay fever for like a very long time now. It's been years, so yeah, just getting used to it over the summer period. But yeah, that was my weekend, so apologies that I couldn't really, you know, post any videos. Even the Sunday, we were just recovering from that Saturday night. You know, I don't really drink, man. I'm not a drinker at all, but yeah, it was a good evening. And then Sunday we just relaxed. We went over to Greenwich and just, yeah, chilled. And that was it, really. But yeah, guys, thank you for hearing me blabber. Now we're going to move over to, let's say, the more of the football aspect of this, let's say, video. So we're looking at the Nations League as well as the transfers. So I didn't watch the games. Again, I was busy. But from the scorelines that I saw, We had Spain versus Czech Republic. You know, that was a 2-0 scoreline for Spain. You know, overall, you know, they do have a very good young team, and you know they are, how do you say, like, rejuvenating within this side. Let's say they've got like fantastic youth such as like Gavi, for example, who's a beast in midfield, and even Pedri, for example, as well, both playing for Barcelona. So you know there's so much opportunity with the Spanish side, but you know they are at the top of the table, and then you've got the likes of Portugal, which are second. But again, everyone's been saying that this Nations League is more like a, how do you say, like an overclassed friendlies. It's just, yeah, it is like friendlies happening, because this is the period that the players would just be on holidays, relaxing, or whatever the case is. But they're cramming these Nations Leagues in. Then what is it? The window that they can relax in, they don't have that much of an opportunity. You know, clubs won't be like, oh yeah, come a bit later for training. You know, it's going to be a bit challenging because they have to go forward with the season ahead. You know, there's so many objectives and expectations, so they need to make sure that they're fit, you know, game fit, match fit, or whatever the case is for those games. So, you know, let's see. You know, there's a lot of players that have been saying, you know, it's a bit overclassed having all of these, like, just these friendlies are no point. Like, I don't understand Nations League. You know, we've got the Euros, which has always been one of the prime leagues, and then we've got the, what is it called, the World Cup as well. And even the World Cup that they're looking at doing is from like 4 years to like 2 years. They're going to be reducing it on how regular they're going to be doing the World Cup, and that loses the touch. Like, I love when it's like 4 years, and then what is it? The Euros are every 4 years as well, also. So it's like every 2 years you get some sort of like international tournament, regardless if it's like the Euros, and then 2 years later if it's like the World Cup. So I really like that side of things. So again, like, you know, with the World Cup now being in Qatar for this, let's say, winter period for us, that's a bit, again, like that ruins so much in terms of like fixtures over that winter period. You know, how is the transfer market going to be working? Is it going to be based upon like those that have performed in like, what is it called, the World Cup, that they're going to be overpriced for that January window? I think that's what's going to be happening. Like, of course players are going to be doing well, you know, those that do progress towards like the latter stages of this World Cup. But yeah, I think the values are going to be obscene for some of these players. That might just be one of those, you know, these club players, but they're how do you say, country players, that they do well for like the national team, but they're not that great for like club as such. So no, it'll be interesting to see how the transfer market works for that period. And again, you know, talking about transfers for this current market, we've got like Nunes to Liverpool, that's now been confirmed. I think he's flying over to Liverpool or something. That's what I read, to have his medical. But you know, I've seen some snippets of like pictures that he's done within like the Liverpool kit, and you know, it suits him, man. You know, he came from a club that was already red shirt as well. You know, Benfica, who had a very strong team. Don't get me wrong. You know, they done very well to get into that progression and knockout stage against Liverpool, and they do have a strong defensive team. As well as attacking team, so it's good to see Nunes, you know, be part of the Liverpool team. I think that'll be an interesting journey to see how he will play. You know, I was looking at some sort of analysis, and you know, his positional play for Benfica was more like a left attacking midfielder from what I was reading. You know, he's got that flexibility. Yes, he's a centre forward, and he should be, but you know, he drops back. You know, similar to what the play style is at Liverpool. So it's going to be exciting to see, and he's a tall, you know, strong centre-back as well, which Liverpool had, you know, the opportunity to play against, again, as mentioned in the Champions League knockout, you know, against, who did we have? We had Van Dijk there as well. He did highlight as well, you know, this will be a good opportunity to buy him, because, you know, that he was, you know, he scored 2 goals against us. He nearly scored 3. I think the third one was offside. So, again, a fantastic player. Looking forward to, let's say, Diaz. You know, you got Nunes now, and then you got Salah. But again, I think Salah, he's going to leave once this extension is done. I think, you know, his time is up. He's a bit like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic goal-scoring player, but his form just dropped off completely from January. You know, unfortunately, he had 2 national upsets with Egypt not doing very well, you know, against the likes of Senegal. So, yeah, and that did have a, you know, a massive effect in terms of his form, with his goal scoring as well as assisting. You know, he wasn't as, let's say, you know, poacher like, you know, with his goal scoring, you know, prior to whenever these international cups happen. So no, hopefully looking forward to the next season. Hopefully he does bounce back. You know, he always starts off very, very well. So yeah, and then we've got the likes of Jota as well, who is on the bench, but again, a very good goal-scoring player as well, both with his feet and his head, so a great player to have. And of course, we've got Firmino too, so now looking forward to it. And then keeping it within like the Liverpool topic, we've got Phillips, who, of course, done a fantastic season for us prior to this current season for Liverpool, you know, with Williams as well. You know, it was a defensive partnership that we had most of the time for that season, and then we still got into the Champions League. You know, we still pipped, I think it was Chelsea, to get the Champions League spot. That's how crap they are, man. I think that was the first season for Tuchel as well, which is banter. But yeah, so with Phillips, you know, he did have a loan season with Bournemouth for a bit, so you know they are now inquiring for, you know, the purchase or the acquisition of Phillips. But Liverpool, they actually want to keep him. I was reading, you know, they see him as a long-term replacement for Matip. Again, Matip is now at the age where, you know, he may be sustaining a bit more injuries, you know. He's not going to be playing as regular to, let's say, Konate, who's forming this partnership with now Van Dijk. You know, that's going to be great to see, especially as, you know, Konate is very young. So, yeah, so let's see what happens with Phillips. I do hope that he stays, you know, fantastic player. You know, he's a no-nonsense defender, you know, with the way that he plays. He just puts his head in, you know. We did see, I think it was the last game of the season to get us that, you know, the Champions League spot, and how both him and Williams were just both like battered to the face. They had like bandages over, and it was good to see, man. Warriors, man, warriors. But yeah, so moving along, so we got, of course, Man City confirming the signing for Haaland. So, you know, he's having some press conferences now, and he was mentioning that, you know, he's always been a Man City fan that we all know of. You know, his father was playing for Man City as well, and of course he does have a passion for Leeds too. So that'll be interesting to see in the future if he ever does move over to Leeds. But no, a great signing for Manchester City. You know, 21 years old compared to like Nunes, who's 22 years old. But again, it's going to be a good competition within the Premier League, especially as it is a very physical, you know, league compared to other leagues such as, let's say, the Portuguese or even the Germans. So no, looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting, and let's see how they both adapt to the Premier League. And then, of course, you got Botman, that's been rumoured with Newcastle for quite a while now. It's been like, I think, since last year's summer, I think summertime, and now the winter, especially with the acquisition of the new owners, and now it looks as if he will be moving across. Again, a very young player and very great player as well, so that'll be a good move for Newcastle, as they are looking at, you know, acquiring and spending the right amount of money on the people that they need. So it'll be interesting to see if they get Neymar as well. I think they've been rumoured to, you know, look at bringing Neymar over. Of course, the wage bill is going to be obscenely high, especially as they could spend as much as they want, similar to like Man City. But, you know, who's comparing, innit? But yeah, and then of course the last one really is around Gravenberch, who's always been like a wonder kid in all of these FIFAs as well as football managers. You know, he plays for Ajax. He's been rumoured to go to Bayern Munich. You know, fantastic young signing again for Bayern Munich. You know, I think it's going to be great, especially as they got Musiala as well. You know, they got a fantastic team, and it's going to be a strong team to play against in the likes of the Champions League too. You know, they did falter to Villarreal completely, but they're going to learn from it. They got a great team, so that'll be really interesting for Bayern Munich. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. I do appreciate you guys listening and blabbering on. You know, we're going to keep it consistent again. Of course, if I'm going to be busy, like whenever I am, then I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, as daily as possible. But I do appreciate you guys. Please do feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, thank yous for the oldies and goldies as usual. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace and hair grease. Bye-bye.
They'll be looking to add to their advantage from this corner. Who's going to get on the end of it? Gets his glove on it. The final